February 17th of 2026. We're here at the City Council Chambers at City Hall in the greatest city, Eveleth. We are going to bring our meeting to order. I hope everybody had an amazing Valentine's Day weekend and is smiling and happy as we move forward into this work week coming up President's Day. Roll call, please.
Councillor Koivu. Here. Councillor Purpich.
Here.
Councillor Lillis.
Here.
Councillor Rousey.
Here.
Mayor Rowan.
Here. Thank you. Next up will be approval of minutes. Is there any reason why any of it needs to be separated to anybody? Okay, we'll bulk them all together. Minutes of City Council Workshop Meeting, January 29th of 26. Minutes of City Council Special Meeting, January 29th of 26. Minutes of City Council Workshop Meeting, February 2nd of 26. Minutes of City Council Meeting, February 2nd of 26. Minutes of City Council Workshop Meeting, February 6th of 26. Motion to move.
So moved.
Support. Rousey and Purpich. Any discussion?
I just want to thank Stephanie for all of the hard work she puts into making sure that our minutes are always produced in a timely fashion for us. You do a good job.
Fantastic. With that being said, anything more? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry and approval of minutes. Next up, we have the approval of the agenda. A motion to move.
So moved.
Support.
Lillis and Purpich. Discussion, we'll have two additions. Number 15 will be the pedestal lights for the community center. The number we'll be utilizing for conversation today will be 6. And number 16 will be a letter of support for grant for the public safety management of social worker. Slight change to number 13, if you want to cross off the word paramedics. That word was inadvertently put in there. Paramedics is not what we're working with on that. So with those small changes, is there any further discussion? With that, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion will carry. We are now open for public comment if anybody would like to speak. Oh, all right, we'll move past public comment and we'll move into our consent for agenda. Approval of payroll for January 25th through February 7th of 26. Motion to move.
So moved.
Support.
Purpich, Rousey. Is there any discussion on what you saw? All in favor of making payroll, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry. Thank you. We have nothing under public hearings and nothing under unfinished business. We'll move forward into new business. Number 1, accept donation from the Eveelth Volunteer Fire Auxiliary. Motion to move.
So moved.
Support.
Koivunen and Purpich. Discussion.
Well, I have to say this list of donations or further donation from the Fire Auxiliary is pretty extensive. I thought that, you know, for just getting started and for producing this amount of stuff for our firefighters is to be commended, and I thank them very much. And the city should also give them a letter.
Absolutely. It was not just a simple one item. It was a list that's definitely going to help out our team. So I can kind of give the community a quick rundown. We're talking about chainsaw blades, road safety flares, low angle rescue equipment, which is a line of things: rescue rope, carabiners, anchor plates, anchor straps, swivels, etc., etc. So all of those items is what they received through that donation. So wonderful. Thank you so very much, and we'll put together a card for that. Absolutely. Any further discussion? All in favor of accepting this donation, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion will carry. Next up, number 2, accept donation from Carnegie Corporation of New York. Motion to move.
So moved.
Support.
Rousey and Purpich. Discussion is there. It's for a $10,000 donation from Carnegie Corporation of New York for the library. And I'm sure they've got a line of items that they'd like to do with it, but put our faith in the team over there that can decide what they want to do exactly.
I think everybody should know that there's, what, over 1,300 Carnegie-supported libraries, and our library, the Eveleth Library, is set to receive this money, and I think we've gone through that building, we put new heating, we put new cable for the phones and computers, new lighting. I think we have a very viable building there, and I think we have a good staff working there, and I really appreciate the donation from Carney, as we all should. And people get out there and you enjoy our library, because if they can't find it, they'll get it for you at some point.
What's nice about, I find, this donation is that it's not earmarked. It doesn't have to be spent in a certain way. It's to use as they see fit. So whatever might
Right.
come up.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's not you gotta buy books, or you have to do this, or, no, you need $5 grand for this, you need to, this is what it's for.
Right.
So we trust our staff to be, on top of that.
Absolutely. And if anybody is not spending time at the library, and I know I don't get there as much as I'd even like to be there, but go check it out. They're doing a phenomenal job down there, and it is really nice with what's going on. It's a nice collection, and the librarian plus the friends of the library are doing great work to keep things moving forward.
Yeah, they had a meeting, well, I was at this meeting, so.
Oh,
That's what happens when you have your workshops at 4:00. On that first Monday, that's their meeting night. I feel bad, I haven't been there in about 4 months.
I talked to them, they're over it.
You, thank you. Thank you. Don't wait, think about going in.
So, any further discussion regarding this donation from Carnegie Corporation? All in favor of accepting the donation, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion will carry. Thank you very much to Carnegie of New York. I mean, this is amazing. We're happy to be a part of it. Next up, number 3 is the authorization to apply for the 2026 Literacy Bridges Community Grant Program. Motion to move.
So
Support.
Koivunen and Purpich. Discussion is open. Go ahead.
The literacy bridges is part of, again, Carnegie. And they're reaching out to rural programs, and we are considered rural with our population as far as that goes. And they want us to basically have 2 people on staff that would attend certain meetings and how to make improvements to the library system that we have in town. And there's a $25,000 grant award for participants, and I think if it's at all possible that we go forward with this. If we're touting our library, then let's support our library and get these people involved and make our library better.
Certainly. Did you hear anything, Pat, from Mary Ellen about her thought process on whether she wanted to specifically be a part of it or if she had staff?
Yes, in fact, she's the one that brought this to our attention. She's very much interested in having this grant fund existing staff on this training. It could bring in volunteers as well, but it's geared towards existing library staff and getting the training they need to help others with literacy and other programs that the library can assist with.
So it sounds like the library has this completely under control.
Yes, they do.
I love it. I love it. I love when a thing moves right. Is there any further discussion regarding this? All in favor of authorizing to apply for this grant, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion will carry. I wish the library best of luck, and if they need any assistance from the council, please reach out to us. We will definitely give a helping hand, and if nothing else, Pat will be here to give a helping hand as well. Next up is number 4, authorize library director to attend a 2026 Public Library Association Conference. Motion to move.
So moved.
Lillis,
Support.
Purpich. So the way that I read, discussion's open. the way that I read this is that it was kind of a way for Mary Ellen to go down there and just kind of become part of a group and understand with a bunch of different classes, different things that she wants to take on or feels like she feels is necessary to understand while handling the Eveelth Carnegie location. And, you know, we do this stuff for our firefighters, we do this stuff for our police officers, and I was excited to see that this group is also looking to do it. And I wasn't sure if this has happened in the past, not sure if anybody remembers voting on it before, but it was one of those things where I thought it was a nice outlet for some new education.
And Mayor, if I could add something,
Yeah.
it's also a way for our library director to interact with the other library directors in the state of Minnesota and do a lot of peer review.
Yes.
And what other people are accomplishing and benchmarking, things like that.
Right. Agreed. Any further discussion?
I would say that we go forward with this.
Absolutely. If there's no further discussion, and we'd like to authorize our library director, to attend this association conference, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion will carry. For anybody that's watching at home, I know that you see when it's backwards a little bit. Go backwards on me. There's like a rope right down in the middle of my face. I promise you, the screen's not split. There's just happens to be a string, and we'll take care of that next time, but it kind of looks like I'm like boxing.
Dissected.
Yeah, you can't see it in this view, but when he backs up, you'll see it. When I see it now, it drives me crazy on TV, but it's okay.
You still look good, fella.
Oh, thanks, buddy, I apprete that.
Suck up.
Number 5, I gave him some M&Ms, he's feeling it.
there's a reason.
Number 5, accept the resignation of part-time library clerk authorizing reposting of the position. A motion to move.
So moved.
Koivunen and Purpich. We received, discussions open, received this resignation from a part-time library clerk. And it was a short-term position. So we'll be right back to kind of where we
I was gonna
started.
say,
not
didn't
long
she
ago.
just start?
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to send her a letter of thanks anyway, and
Once you applied,
wish her the best of luck in
there was
her
interest.
new endeavors.
We can do all of that. Is there any further discussion regarding this? No?
We're going to authorize a reposting of the position.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. All in favor then of accepting resignation and moving forward and reposting the position, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion will carry. Kaya, your time with us may have been short, but we did greatly appreciate the efforts that you put in and being a part of our community. Thank you. Next up is the set public hearing for the city of Eveleth for the public finance policy. Do you have a motion to move?
So moved.
Rosie?
Support.
Lillis. That's the first one that wasn't supported by Purpich, just in case you guys weren't paying attention. Thank you, Jim, for being here
Must have been
today.
some sort of record. Perfect.
Moving forward with that, we have, per the statutes, we need to have our meeting discussed earlier in our workshop. We're looking at March 16th at 4:45. We would do it just before our second monthly meeting of March. So you're welcome to come in and chat with us regarding this. Is there anything else you'd like to add to this?
No, that is just for our citizens' knowledge. This is a business subsidy policy that allows certain incentives to go to prospects, but they have to meet certain requirements. And this business subsidy policy will outline those requirements, and members of the public come in and can provide feedback to the council through that public hearing process.
Wonderful. If there's no further discussion, if you have any questions on that in the community, feel free to reach out to City Hall. We'll get somebody to answer what you may have for a question. We'll be aiming, like I said, again, March 16th at 4:45 here in council chambers. With that being said, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? That motion will carry. Number 7, authorize payment of the parking lot improvements at the school redevelopment property. Motion to move.
So moved. Support.
Koivunen and Rousey. discussions there. This is the project that we started right at the end of the fall last year, putting the parking lot kind of where the key was in, for the high school, for the gymnasium access. There's now a rectangular lot there that you can access via fail and right next to the bus garages. And right now it is dirt. We ask you to please, if you're pulling in, be careful with it. Don't be turning your wheels. Keep your four-wheelers out, your snowmobiles out. We don't want to destroy it right now. It's a place to park so people can utilize the community center. But this spring we'll be looking to put it into tar and getting it completed, et cetera. We just ran out of time last fall. So with that being said, we have a cost here to get this finished up. Is there any further discussion that wants to be made on this? So the final payment that we're gonna be making, is that true, Pat, is the 114?
Yes, I believe that's what we're looking for. That includes the contingency, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the amount of work that's remaining yet on this contract, that's what you do with the city.
Okay, wonderful. So you're not gonna send me another bill?
You'll find
Once
something.
more work is completed, yes.
Oh, you will, okay. Once you work, we'll pay you. All right, so this would be to finish the project work that was done for 114,917. So, any further discussion regarding the parking lot work? Anybody want to harass Alan at all? No, good? With that being said, all in favor of authorizing this payment, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The motion will carry. Next up, number 8, and if you're following along at home, we're on the second page. Authorize the city administrator to complete the municipal credit line application. Motion to move.
So moved.
Koivunen.
Support.
There it is, Purpich.
It's back on.
He's back. Discussion is open. You know what, Pat, I'd like to just hand this to you directly. I know that we've all kind of heard a little bit, but just give us the correct breakdown of what exactly it is that we need to do. Not so much where we were, but where we need to be.
Absolutely, yeah. So if you authorize this, you're authorizing the city administrator to complete an application for a municipal credit line. From that credit line, credit cards will be issued to the appropriate department heads and employees to operate and fulfill public needs. You currently have a business line of credit. You are a government unit. You should have a municipal line of credit. And it's gone on for some time. But I just noticed when we were applying for credit on behalf of the new city administrator, they were asking a lot of questions relating to me personally and not the government unit. The line of credit is for the government unit. You are the applicant. As employees, we just get issued credit cards. And so when I followed up with the bank, they said, yes, you should have a municipal line of credit. That's where you should be. So what we'll do is, with your permission and the approval of the council, we'll move forward and apply for this. Once we secure those credit cards, we will then end the business line of credit. So it really is just moving from a business line of credit, which is more private sector, to a public line of credit, which is what we're asking for right now.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions or any further discussion regarding what is being requested of us? No, thank you very much, Pat, for putting your time and energy into getting this the way that we need it to be. It'll help us as we move forward. No further discussion then. All in favor of authorizing this line of credit application, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion will carry. Number 9, authorize the purchase of a desk and lateral file drawers for the city administrator's office. Motion to move.
So moved.
Support.
Rousey and Lillis. All right. It's not to go to any waste. The stuff that is currently in Pat's office will be moved to the community center. We put in that office there, and then Pat can put the items that which he's like to use and for his management style, etc., in the office and set it up the way that he would like it to be. So nothing is going in addition to the basement. If you haven't been down there in a while, there's an item or two. But Jerry's gonna get all that moved next week, so we'll be fine.
I put half of that down there.
He's not. He's gonna plow snow, I guess. But that's exactly what's doing. Everything that's there will be reused, and we're just gonna get that set up. So the community center's desk and everything, we didn't need anything over the top or new, so whatever was available, we'll put that in there, so. If there's no further discussion or questions,
That was just, we're just authorizing the purchase of the desk and file drawers. We're not setting any limitations on the expenditure.
if you feel like you need to,
Well.
I've got some guidance on that, Mayor. I was actually searched what I was looking for. It appears that the lateral file drawers and the desk and the chair is going to be around 5,000 total. I don't know, I mean, we're sales tax exempt, so there shouldn't be any other costs there. So if you wanted to put a limit, you could perhaps maybe shoot a little higher, maybe like a 7,000. But as I added everything up, it was under 5,000.
And I'm fully comfortable trusting your judgment. You have I don't remember what it's called, but you have a $10,000 inherent department head limit in any event. So I mean, I support the purchase wholeheartedly.
I suggest you get a nice lamp too.
Take it under advisement.
any further discussion regarding this purchase?
No, go right ahead.
With that, I don't then feel like we have to put a limit on there, being that he's got that up to amount of 10,000 already.
Yep.
So, okay.
Already in.
It's already set. So all in favor of authorizing the purchase of these items and moving what is currently there to the community center, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion will carry. Number 10, authorize additional purchases, establish fees, waiver schedules for the community center. Motion to move.
So moved.
Support.
Purpich and Koivunen. These items were discussed at the earlier workshop. We are putting together a waiver for people that are going to utilize the community center for the bouncy houses and different things like that. That just protects the city, also protects the employees that are working there. Few additional purchases, just things that are needed to, we had A+ Pest Management come by both the community center and the library, did some work, and they did recommend that we get some door sweeps on the doors to help keep mice from coming in and et cetera. But for the most part, they were happy with the community center as a whole, that it was pretty well solid and not really housing anything that they felt could possibly have been in there. So I checked the traps this morning after 4 or 5 days and I didn't see anything yet. So that's always a good thing. But the door sweeps will be a needed item and some other miscellaneous things. The community center is looking to have a grand opening on March 14th. You'll see something in your utility bill coming up. The excitement will be in the air from roughly 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock. We are going to have an open house where everything is essentially free, I guess, if you're to purchase something that's different. But to come check out the building, see what's going on, be a part of it. There's going to be a large beanbag tournament there that you can find and sign up for online. I don't have that information yet, but if I find it, Steph, I'll try to get it to you so you can actually put the link on the website as well, or put it on Facebook. If you're not following us on Facebook, follow us on Facebook. City of Eveelth, you'll find out what's going on. But we'll have a lot of things going on that day. The council will be there the best that they can. There'll be a lot of different groups being a part of the event. And it'll just be a good way to see what we've been working on now for the better part of 6 months, I guess. But ultimately, over the last 6 weeks, we've made a lot of progress, and we're excited to rent the building out to the community for parties or reunions or weddings, whatever a person may want. There'll be gym space available to people that want to rent gym space. There's just been a lot of things that are happening inside that facility, and I'm excited to open the doors on March 14th officially so people can come and check it out. There will be a schedule that's posted online, and we'll get it on Facebook of when specific events are coming up. And those events, then we're just kind of rolling with the surveys that were sent out. The surveys, Pat, do you remember exactly how many came back? Kind of a ballpark anyway?
Well, I just sent you a batch in an email. I think total, I think we probably have about 70 or 80 responses. I'm just guessing there, but it's a sizable amount.
Right. I knew it wasn't quite 100. I didn't want to say it, but yeah, just shy of. So if anybody else has those surveys at home, please take the time, fill them out. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what you'd like to see inside there, because without your voice, there's definitely no way for us to try to meet the needs of the community. So March 14th, put it in your book. We'll have our EMTs there. We'll have our local police department there. And like I said, a lot of fun things happening. So keep an eye out for that. I'll keep plugging it. We'll keep talking about it on Facebook and whatnot. So there is that. With that being said, I don't think that there is anything more actually that may need to be voted on, because the waiver, we just need it to be accepted by the attorney. And the few fees that we had left fit right underneath what was already sitting out there. So I don't believe that we need to add anything for a vote on that. Wonderful. We will then move into number 11, authorize the mayor to sign a letter of support for intersection safety project building grant. Motion to move.
So moved.
Koivunen. Do we have a second?
Support.
Rousey. The discussion is open. They're looking for our support, nothing more, just our support for the possibility of putting in a roundabout by the Y store on 169 and Highway 1, which I know it doesn't feel like it really affects Eveleth per se, but it's the county's way of just trying to get support for things that they feel are very important, things that they want to support, things they want support from all the communities in the area. So that is essentially what they're asking for. They're not asking for money. They're not asking for our wisdom or any of our opinions, really. Just support that it's something that we would be behind. If it's something that this council would like to think about until the very next meeting, we can always do that. Otherwise, we can vote on it now if we want to show our support for this roundabout. So discussion is there.
I would, my view is to send the letter of support as requested.
Okay.
I suppose we have a good working relationship with the county, so I think maybe we should send a letter of support.
In order to keep that pathway open through the county, I'll support this.
I'll support it for the same reason I supported the one out here, is that statistically proven to be safer. You can't beat the numbers and they'll pound the numbers on you. Also, I like them to share our anxiety of driving through one all the time also. Well, get some sort of satisfaction, but I am in support of safety first and going with the believing the science and the facts. So it has my support. Don't be mad at me now.
I feel that the county has worked well with us in doing the things that we are finding important, in putting the plan of Progress Parkway towards the top of their list for the next year and a half. That showing support for other projects that are happening in our community is a good thing to do. And as much as the roundabouts might sometimes get under my skin a little bit, if this is what the engineers and those that are trained and paid to know these answers feels what's right, then I do support it. So with that being said, we can put together that letter of support, and I will be more than happy to sign it knowing that I have the full support of this council. So thank you very much, gentlemen. With that being stated, all in favor of signing that letter of support, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion will carry. Next up, we have number 12, application for exempt permit, Holy Spirit Church at Resurrection Church, 301 Adams Avenue. Motion to move.
So moved.
Support. Discussion?
This is something they do every year. So.
Bingo and raffle.
Yep.
Under the D.
Anything further? Rousey and Purpich, then all in favor with this application, say aye. Aye. Aye, opposed, and motion will carry. Have fun, have a blast. Fill the streets up with cars parked. Love seeing it. Next up is the consider the wage increase for the emergency medical technician. Motion to move.
So,
Support.
Lillis and Koivunen.
I will
Discussion
be-
is open.
I'll be abstaining from any type of voting, though new information has that I may be able to speak my piece if I so desire, as
Oh, yeah.
long as I don't vote.
Oh, well,
Is this correct, Pat?
You have the
feel
ability to
feel
say-
free to,
Thank you.
feel
Well,
free.
now that I can interject where I thought I might be able to interject. And I'll interject right now that this is sorely overdue. What these people deserve, and it's great for retention. And it can only be a good thing.
I guess that's my viewpoint as well, Mayor. You know, for recruitment, retention, and to bring the service more in line with other area services as far as what they're being compensated. You know, we're, even with the increase that we're contemplating, we're probably gonna be real close to comparable agencies, but still not, you know, probably above any other agencies that
We
are
like to be middle of the
comparable.
pack.
But at least it'll be more comparable. And the beauty is that the increase is gonna be funded for 5 years, essentially, with this grant that we're receiving. So I wholeheartedly support increasing our hourly rate as specified for the EMTs on staff and pass it down to the
So,
next
my-
commenter.
My only question that I had before we go too far is, what happens after this grant ends this year, 5 years from now? Are we then forced to go back to what the old pay was? Are we showing on their payroll that X amount of dollars is payroll from the city and there's an additional $3 per hour through the grant, so that they understand that if the grant ever no longer exists, that money could be dissolved? I want to better understand it, because the money, yes, we can start budgeting for it for however. Teresa, if you have any input, by all means, feel free to speak, but could be for up to 5 years, is that correct? So on year 6, if we didn't receive another grant, do we need to work over the next 5 years to create this into the budget, that this is what the new cost is going to be from the city then?
I guess from my perspective, yes, we probably need to, starting right away, start looking at the future and where we're gonna go with our compensation of the ambulance service. You know, I don't think there should be any correlation between the grant opportunity and the increase in the hourly rate. We, you know, as a council, obviously, we need to decide whether or not we want to raise the hourly rate. It just so happens that in this instance, there's going to be zero pain out the gate because we're getting a grant. But that'll also allow us an opportunity, because we should be upwardly adjusting these rates as we go. So, you know, we'll get an opportunity to start looking down the road what we want to do, where we want to be at 6 years from now.
So that was what my biggest concern was, right? It's not fair for you to have to turn and tell your employees,
No.
I'm gonna pay you X amount for the next 5 years, but then I don't know what you're gonna get paid thereafter. So I just wanted to make sure that we were gonna put together a plan, but feel free.
I think it only comes out to be about $75,000, which is covered by this grant for 5 years. Within the next 5 years, there's been the whole huge overhaul of Medicare and Medicaid, where our reimbursements are going to go up, which means more revenue into the city through the ambulance, through that. So it would be my hope that the city over 5 years can figure out the budget and whatever to incorporate. So we don't ever want to give somebody a raise and then take it away, you know, so, and it is long overdue. Their last raise was 6 years ago, so
Okay.
it's about time for this anyway. But it's not an enormous number to get these additional funds to our people. And honestly, when we looked at where should we, Pat and I kind of went over, where do we spend this grant and what equipment do we need or whatever else, it's just, I said, no, we have to invest it in our number one priority, and that is our people. And they're our biggest resource, they're our most important resource, and that's exactly where it should go. So I would hope that within the next 5 years, we'll be able to find somewhere in the budget to keep this going and keep our wages comparable.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Okay, so there's $73,000, the way it sits now with our employees, should last 5 years.
That's per year, and we're going to get this grant for 5 years.
Okay, so it's 73,000 per year.
Per year, yes.
So then, if I'm reading this right, then this council and the future councils, when it comes at the end of the year and we're doing our budgeting, we should start maybe this year budgeting, so when it gets here, we have money in there. And I just think it's something that we should bring up at the end of this year to budget, and if we do a little bit now and a little bit, by the time it comes here, we'll have it there, and we won't feel the pain that much. And it's really not pain, because the people are there doing a great service for us, so, but at least we're thinking ahead.
Absolutely, and that is exactly why I wanted to bring it up, that obviously I 100% support what you want to do with this grant money for the next 5 years. I think that's exactly where it should go. My concern just was if we don't do anything about this today, meaning this year, for next year, et cetera, 5 years from now, there's going to be a problem. And whether all of us are still here or none of us are still here, the problem would exist if we don't at least acknowledge it today. So as long as we're all on the same page, knowing when we work our budget, one other thing that I would like to bring up, whether this is an additional line to that vote of accepting this or not, you can decide, but I would like to also, if we can find it in our budget, city budget, general budget, for the remainder of this year, and then put it in future budgets, that we also add an additional 75 cents per hour to them from our budget, not this grant, so that they are then being paid above what we're paying other people to do small services in our community. The people that are watching our ice rinks and taking care of our community center or mowing grass, they're all greatly appreciated and all needed. This group comes with a specific training and an education. And I think just, they would be just under what we're paying all the rest of them without this money. This would put them right in that category of understanding that they are not being unappreciated by pay. So you can or dismiss that if you want, but it was just an additional thought once I started looking at what they will now be paid at $15.50 compared to what others are being paid to do other services within the community. So.
Okay, so you're proposing a wage increase of $3.75 per hour?
$375.75 of that coming from the general budget for year one, and the rest of it coming something we budget in going forward.
So I'm wondering if, Pat, maybe you can reflect on this, probably separate out the two issues here so that there's no confusion. First of all, the council wants to raise the rate for the EMTs to add $3.75 as one issue, and then the second issue is accepting the grant. There are two separate issues in essence. Our operations supervisor has decided that that's the best way to spend the grant money. However, we have to decide that we want to raise the salary or the pay for the EMTs. So if we have two separate issues, maybe that's a better way to.
Well, you like to call it an issue. I just call them topics. They're not an issue. This is a good thing.
Well, it's an issue if we're talking about it.
It's fair, touche.
If I could add something, maybe that might help. So keep in mind that we've already signed the grant based on previous meetings with this council. The work plan has, again, the personnel hourly rate increase, as Teresa has already mentioned. Also keep in mind that we're requesting the hourly increase because the benchmarking data of other ambulance services system dictates that this be brought up to that level. So we're similar to what's out there with other ambulance services. And yes, there's a recruitment and retention benefit to this as well. As far as how to fund it, the OEMS grant will fund that $3 per hour for the rest of the year. If we go into the next year with the new grant and if that amount stays the same, it won't meet the whole $3. It'll be close, but it won't meet the whole $3. But keep in mind, Therese said something very, very interesting is there are other revenue streams that are at play here with the ambulance budget. And so the way Medicaid is billed, there's additional revenue streams coming in. Everything's part of the budget. The general fund is the biggest component of the budget, so it's not going to be an issue to do like a budgetary transfer to make up for the 75 cent an hour. We have that funding available. But I think things are evolving with ambulance services, and there's opportunities for additional revenue streams, but that's based on having qualified, competent, and a full schedule of ambulance EMTs available. And this, I think, does that by the city council making this investment. So it's very much a positive, but I want to make sure the council is clear that we're not bringing the rate up because we have a grant. We're bringing the rate up because the benchmarking data supports it. But the great thing is the grant will fund a good portion of it.
Yeah, and I had a brief conversation as well with Teresa, and we talked about some other ideas. Obviously, I don't have new ideas for her. She's been doing this for quite some time. I'm just bouncing things off her as I lay around with nothing else to do and think, wow, how else can you do that? And with the staffing and people being happy, then hopefully the transfers can increase and everything else that we can do to create more revenue will be there for us instead of people, I'm not sure if I can work this weekend, I'm not really sure. Not maybe because they don't have the time, but because do I want to give up my time for that type of pay? So being able to get more people in here and whatnot, I think we're actually going to see the flip. We spend the extra money, we're actually going to see higher number for us as a revenue versus what the cost is.
Yeah. So are you entertaining a motion to the effect that, I move that we increase the hourly rate for emergency medical technicians by $3.75 per hour, effective
March 1st.
March 1?
March 1.
And maybe I could just offer something.
Yep.
I'm wondering if you can make that a little bit more liberal, only because I'm working with Brian, our payroll administrator, and there's a good time to start this, and I've talked to Teresa about it. I don't know that exact date. If you've got the date, let us know.
Yes.
But go ahead, Teresa.
February 24th is the end of this pay period, so February 25th would be the start date. It'd be a nightmare to start this in the middle of a pay period.
So I will rescind my prior motion and amend it to that date.
Thank you.
February 25th.
24th.
25th is the start of the new one.
Oh, I got to get under your skin pretty soon. I'm not going to look to my right because now we're looking for a vote, so everything else will be pretty much to our left. Is there anything further that you guys would like to discuss, or?
I'm just surprised that at this point, and I'm sorry, Teresa, I didn't know the hourly wage for the EMTs, but they're worth way more than a person, I'm sorry, doing other things for the city. That's definitely not what we ever wanted to have you guys go through, so, yeah, I'm all for it too.
Yeah, I'm for it. I've had to use them a few times in the past with my mother and my mother-in-law, and I will tell you one thing. If you go through it once, it's not enough money. Because when you have a loved one laying on the floor and they're taken care of, there's no amount of money that could take care of that. So I am 100% behind this.
Wonderful. If there's no further discussion, I have a motion by Lillis for the 375 increase to start here at the next payroll, February 25th, excuse me. Now I messed myself up. 25th. Is there a second to that?
I'll second it.
Second by Koivunen. Lillis and Koivunen.
I made a mistake, it's the 21st.
I'd like to rescind that.
Okay,
Just amend it.
let me rescind my rescission.
You're rescinding your rescission.
So it would start on the 22nd, the 21st is the end of the
No.
pay period. I apologize.
The magic date is now the 21st.
Yeah, it's all of a sudden 2025, but yeah, okay. No, all right, it will be 375 effective February 22nd. Okay. No further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstaining is 1.
That's right, I didn't say aye.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for coming in and working on this with Pat and getting this all taken care of. And thank your staff yet again from us, that everybody in this town is truly appreciative for them. And we're just thankful, I say this polite, we're thankful we don't see them, right? That's the best way to say it. But you're gonna see them at community events, so there's ways to say thank you at those types of things, et cetera. But yeah, I'm thankful that I have not had them in my home, but when I do need them, it makes me very pleased that we have them and that they're
They are
trained
first
and ready to
class.
go.
It's unbelievable how they act and how smart and they do their job, and all I can say is it's first class all the way. When they leave and you've had something like happen to you, you feel good about it because you had the best.
That's right.
You know, it does, it makes a big difference.
Agreed.
Always amazes me how supportive they are to the people that are surrounding the individual that got hurt, and how they take care of not just the person that hurt, but they take care of everybody that's around that area, so I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yep. With that being said, we will move into any board or liaison updates, anything that's gone down. We'll start on your end, Joe.
Let's see, we had an airport commission meeting, but I'm gonna let Jim talk about that. And then we have a rock board meeting on Wednesday, just because we have to have something, everybody's life's going on, and hopefully I can make it with the snow. If we get what we're getting, I'm not gonna be there, but if we don't, I'll be there, so keep you posted.
The airport meeting was very quick, one of the few ones that we've had. There were no pressing issues at the moment. Our new director out there, our new supervisor out there has got everything under the control. We got a brand new piece of equipment.
Brand new equipment
Well,
from Hibbing?
Brand new used from Hibbing. They drove it over here. Kyle Donnelly drove it over here from the Hibbing Airport. It's a spreader.
It's a $250,000 piece of machinery that they donated to the city of Eveleth, Virginia Airport.
Yeah.
Which is very nice, and
do
we
we-
can use it.
Can we send a letter?
And it looks
We haven't
like.
yet, but we can. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
I think we should. I think, I would have thought it was brand new. That's how nice it looked.
I would appreciate it too, if you want me to write it, I can, but not
I
just.
can write it and have you sign it.
Not just a thank you, like, true detail, I appreciate
And
that.
just to let the council know that Hibbing actually works very well with us. So, I mean, it just thanks for everything they, do with us. I mean,
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
They actually wanted to send people over here to help our guys figure it out and how to run it and everything, so that was good too. The other thing, there's a couple of grants out there that we're applying for runway repair and some stuff around the hangars, but that's ongoing, and our people that down in the cities are working with the grant people, and everything's really going really kind of smooth for right now, thanks to large part because the headache for us was finding a person to go out there and
Yeah.
actually run the airport, and we're doing very well. Fuel sales aren't the greatest. We're really trying to get some more business back in there, into the airport to help us out with the fuel bills, but it's going really well.
Good.
Our meetings, the most recent one, well, I guess the upcoming one is going to be canceled, so I have nothing to report.
Okay. Is there anything?
Yes, our HRA meeting was canceled due to lack of agenda items and weather, but things are running so smoothly there, so
Wonderful.
it was okay. I do have insight on something else. Remember the big trail committee type deal that I made us think about.
I do remember that.
I do have a meeting coming up on the 11th of March with the Trail Hawks, just to get my feet wet to see what's going on, and then we'll spread out from there as to, but I do need help, and if we're still gonna incorporate the Gilbert administration in this commission that was originally, and that's where always the hell was, there was no Gilbert participation.
Yeah, I'll have to talk with
But we
Mayor
are-
Oberstar.
We
I know
are
they're-
moving forward, and this
No, they
is
got
a
an issue.
start as far as getting everybody organized, who does what they want to do,
Yeah,
all of that stuff. So first time in 8 years, we got some movement.
love it. Amazing, just bring
Moving
something up.
forward, ain't
and-
that something? The light switch goes on, the machine hums up, everything goes nice.
I don't know what to tell you on that one.
Other than that, though, EDA meeting is coming up next week sometime. Pat lets us know.
If you want to give the community a little outlook, whether it's you, Pat, Brian, doesn't matter to me, regarding the grocery store. I think people would be happy to hear anything regarding it. I know I'm happy every
Especially
time.
my wife.
I'll be real brief, Mayor. And so we closed on that property the EDA did with city council approval back in January. We had a meeting, both the mayor and I, with IRRB, discussed the project a little bit. I have a meeting scheduled with IRRB here at the end of the week, but Alan Johnson, our city engineer, was able to coordinate a meeting with a construction manager that could provide us cost-effective services with regards to that project. And we had a great early morning meeting, both Alan and I. Tad Sweden is his name, along with our chair of the EDA, George, was part of it as well. And we're hoping to introduce that individual to the city EDA here next Thursday. And I'm just right now providing him a lot of documents on the closing and all the other requirements so he can get up to speed on it. And we'll even invite the IRRB at their request. They asked if they could come to future EDA meetings. We certainly love having them there, but I'll be updating them here at the end of the week. And so we are starting the process of moving forward. One interesting thing is getting access to the building, because I would like to take a tour of it, and I think maybe EDA members as well, and even councilors might be interested in looking at it as it sits now and what potentially is going to happen with the property. The big steps for us as an EDA is the roof, demolishing the inside of the building, and also the parking lot. Those are our major requirements that we're responsible for.
Perfect. Thank you. I had a meeting with Vida and the 1402 building, which is just down from Rockridge School. And the last building left that the two cities own together through Vida. And the conversations have started about how do we close this out, whether it's sale the building, et cetera, et cetera. So we're really looking forward to finding an outlet. So if there's a business out there that needs 30,000 square feet, there's a building. Otherwise, we will continue to work with the city of Virginia, put together a plan and go from there. Other than that, I got Steph really, really excited, in case you didn't notice, because there were 15 and 16 added to this list. And she about, shot collared me, there's no doubt, but, so with that being said, number 15 was, the pedestal lights up at the community center. Motion to move.
Support.
Rousey and Purpich. So there are currently 6 lights, we believe, up there, buried maybe in snow.
Yeah, I believe it's less than that, but just gauging with the
Yeah.
unknown, I figured we could,
Well, we're putting an extra set of steps in there and whatnot too, so maybe they might be needed.
putting that mold in.
Yeah. Inside the community center, outside the community center, you walk from the new parking lot up into the building. There's a bunch of pedestal lights that anybody that's been there remembers. When you leave the gym late at night, they help you through the pathway. Well, none of them are working. So for safety purposes, these pedestal lights would be replacing the old ones that are there to lighten the pathway. We're looking at, I moved that piece of paper, sorry. remember what the, oh, it's right here, I'm sorry. The total amount on that was per, each one was 1,300 and some pennies. So, we'd be looking at roughly $7,800 for those lights. And that's for the lights themselves, that doesn't include the install, is that correct? Okay.
All
So,
the wiring and everything is there for most of them. So,
right, it just pulled the old ones out,
yeah, then it would be.
right? Okay, something that we just wait till spring, I'm guessing, to complete?
Yeah, we have to.
Okay, we'll think of an alternative for the winter, but, that'll work.
I'll make a motion to get them.
Motion to move,
Yeah.
that we get them?
No, you gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I know, Drowsy and then Purpich, at 7,800? Is there any further discussion?
Yeah, do we want to really cap it?
It's hard, I don't know if we can cap how, without knowing the labor amount.
Right, well, you said 7,800, we don't want to cap it at that.
I understand what you're saying,
Oh,
just the project itself.
I fully support that project, fully support the motion.
Okay, so we'll just go without the number on there so that it can be done as required in case they went to $1,302 over the week or whatever. I get your point, thank you. So we have, for 6 lights, is there any further discussion? All right, all in favor of moving forward with this, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion will carry. Last up then is the letter of support for the grant for the public safety management for the social worker. Motion to move.
So moved.
Support.
Coivinon and Purpich. Discussion is open. Chief, did you work on this at all?
I did not.
Nothing, so we're not gonna hear you talk at all this whole day.
How do you feel about that, chief?
This is something that they've been working on for a couple of years, actually. It's to have a social worker embedded in the dispatch center down in Duluth. It's to kind of help eliminate calls that we're going on, law enforcement, or even ambulance is going on, where really it's not a law enforcement issue, but we're getting sent to there. So they're hoping that the dispatcher identifies the caller that it's maybe a mental health crisis. They will then have that social worker step in and see if they can kind of steer them in the right direction instead of, I'll say, wasting resources, but instead of sending law enforcement or an ambulance there, the social worker to follow up with them at a later time and give them the appropriate services that they need. So this is just asking for a letter of support, I believe, for them to apply for a grant for this. So it would be a great thing if this comes to fruition. It's long overdue.
Thank you very much.
I see a need for it, and I see that it'll work.
Definitely. And it's, yeah, it happens in a lot of cities already, they have it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just- So.
Okay, is there any further discussion on this for this letter? All in favor of setting up this letter of support for the grant, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion will carry. With that being said, Chief, anything else on your mind?
No, sir, nothing tonight.
Don't ask.
Jerry, what's on your mind?
I was just gonna mention, we have a water leak down on Main Street that we should have shored up pretty soon, hopefully. Our contractors are gonna be done brushing North Court, South Court Hill by this week sometime. We're not sure which day exactly it'll be done. But I'm gonna meet them up there tomorrow because there are a few really big trees that are in dire need of probably be taken down, and that would be off the quote of what they gave us for brushing.
Do they do
Would be
that
an
type of
addition,
work?
But it probably will have to be done. I did notice there were some bad ones.
They take they do big logging, they cut them?
They'll come and take them, so I'll probably have to make a decision whether we'll look at the trees, see how bad they are, and make a decision. If it's too much, then I'll have to come back with it.
Pressure on you, Jer.
We'll try for it.
Big tree, big houses.
You know, tomorrow probably.
Oh, tonight?
I'll be honest, I only got two calls regarding this whole thing. And both of them were ecstatic about the work that was happening, just they were concerned that we were taking the whole thing down. And once I told them that the mature trees and the quality trees were staying,
There was,
back to happy.
another person sorry, Mayor.
Oh, you're okay.
There was another person that contacted me about the parking,
Yeah.
and that they had no parking signs on that street. And I called the police chief to let him know that, well, I talked to Brian, sorry, chief. But the parking lot behind Snickers and the Roosevelt in that area, they were wondering if they could park there, you know, overnight and, you know, just so they were out of the way and they have more than one vehicle. They had one vehicle in their garage and they wanted to park one at the, so if you do see a car there, it's probably because, you know, no.
And that was a little bit of an issue with the parking on North Court and South Court. Some of those cars, North Court wasn't quite as bad, but South Court had some cars that hadn't moved for a while.
Right on that corner.
You know, and we sent out, when a contractor notified me that he was gonna be there the next day, I made up a letter, we put it in everybody's mailbox and, to get him to move, but I wasn't sure, and he wasn't sure how long this was gonna take, so he put up some more signs. I know the police department has been out there knocking on doors. You know, we apologize for that, that's the way it turned out, but they got a lot of cars moved and, he's getting close to them.
Well, my concern was if you see a car parked down at the municipal lot
Yeah.
there, that, you know, you understand that one or two of those people who lived down on that street and just wanted a place to put their car.
My concern is that they snipped my secret apple tree that was on that hillside. It is gone, I checked. They snipped their nice green ones, oh, they were sweet.
Yeah, it is looking a lot better in there. We'll have to
Dirty.
think about spring or someday once it starts regrowing. You know, it is 100% better already.
If you
It's a lot better.
look down the long way, it looks like a whole different piece of Eveleth real estate.
Well, and the thing is too, we can now keep it on our radar in the future so it doesn't get that bad again.
Right.
So,
That's all I have in there, thank you.
no, thank you.
Thank God.
Good luck to you and your team the next few days.
Yeah.
We appreciate you and keeping Joe alive out there while he's doing the same thing for everybody, so. Anything on your mind, Alan?
Not a big, I guess, announcement or anything, that we are gonna have to start looking at submitting project priority list stuff for the 2027 projects that are gonna be due in March this year, so mid-March, we're gonna have the water ones submitted, and I'll work with Jerry and Pat to get what we need to do, and if there's any other projects that we're targeting, I guess, in 27, just the way of financing a project is a backup plan sometimes, so.
Well,
Okay.
let's get it in and,
Yeah, proactive.
let's not waste anybody's time or money. Let's get it done.
Absolutely.
I was just gonna, if you don't mind, Mayor, could you mention this upcoming,
Grant?
this demolition?
Oh, yes.
Could you mention that to the council?
Yeah, so we got the agreements back from G-Man also, they're in Pat's hand now, for city signature. That was already authorized by city council, I believe in December. So that's, get it back, we have an agreement now in place with G-Man and the city about what, next step will be scheduling the construction meeting, so.
Oh, good.
As soon as I have that, next day or so here, we'll get on the horn and start getting some dates and schedules. I know there's been interest and questions, when is this happening? But the next part of the process, we have all the documentation as far as, the abatements and stuff that took place at the building, other stuff the city did, Gina was requesting, I think why they were getting their feet, I get this agreement back, so all our hurdles are cleared, there's a 10-day notice to demo that they'll have to submit prior to going. They may have submitted it already, but they don't have a record, but we typically grab that for a city record as well, so.
Just for the record, that property is 1502 West First Street, the old Raniker Market, because there are a number of citizens that live in that area that have been inquiring about it for a considerable amount
I
of
grew up
time.
on them steps.
Yeah, so I think what we can see or look forward to happening within the next few weeks is the removal of that building and an end of the chapter that we'd be happy to move on with. So if
feel like this is affecting you a little bit differently than it's affecting him.
Yeah, I've got some things about that property.
Yeah.
Both crying, one's on
I
a
might have
driveway.
developed a little tick from that property, but,
Well, we appreciate
We
your
can
hard
handle
work
it.
on that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was a stinky deal.
Steph, anything on your mind? Absolutely. That's it. We will close now and reopen as a closed meeting.
you're entertaining a motion, I would make the motion to enter into closed session.
Motion to go to closed session by Lillis,
Support.
support by Purpich.
I wanted to give him one last shot.
And more, I guess particularly, I have to say that pursuant to Minnesota statute section 13D.05 subdivision 3C3 to develop or consider offers or counter offers for the purpose or for the purchase or sale of real or personal property at Station 44.
See, I think the community prefers when I do it. It's a little smoother. But you know what? Overall, I think you did a mighty fine job there. With that being said, if there is nothing else, all in favor of going into closed session, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Closed session, it shall be. We'll take all of 2 minutes and we will get into it.